Hello students, we will continue with the XML. In this video lecture particularly we will learn about XSL style sheets. So we are going to learn about extensible style sheet language transformation here. So XSLT is an XML based programming language which is used for transforming XML into other document terms formats commonly used to format the look on a web page. You can decorate them, you can improve the visibility, or you can decorate the web document here. So this is the diagram explaining how XSLT works. So XML data files will be there. With that you will be using XSL style sheets, and you are using a methodology or a technique called as transformation, which is converting actually into other document formats, right? So those are used together and are fed to XSLT processor, so which is giving the output in the form of web format, like that is displayable on the browser, or it can be converted into a presentation format like PPT, graphs and all, and otherwise into a word processing format. These are all the different formats into which it can convert an XML file into. Okay, so the main thing is XSLT transformation. Along with the help of processor, it's converting them into other document formats. Okay, so we'll see regarding another usage of XSLT, which is used on the server side along with the PHP and .NET platform within JavaScript as well. So how it works there is the XML and XSLT files from the server are received and fed to XSLT processor. So XML is transformed by JavaScript based XSLT processor into the HTML, and this transformed HTML is sent to the displayed by the browser. XSLT processor is converting it into JavaScript, and that is displayed into the on the browser in the form of a HTML. The other one is you are receiving XML and XSLT from the server or some other services. These two are fed to XSLT processor. XML is transformed by PHP based XSLT processor into HTML, and that is sent to the browser. So it is converted into transformed by JavaScript based XSLT processor, whereas in the second example it is transformed by PHP based XSLT processor. So both the output and input are same here. Here again it is HTML document displayable by the browser in both the case. Input is both XML and XSLT files are processed by XSLT. How it is used is different. Here there is absence of a web server that you can observe, whereas here web server or a PHP server, PHP based processor is used. So it is used on the server side, whereas this is done on the client side. So this is another advantage of using XSLT. So we'll see how a XSLT document looks like, which converts the XML into an HTML list. So this is responsible for converting XML code into HTML directly. Here we are not making use of either DTD or schema. By using XSLT document it is converted. So you can observe that any XML, DTD, schema or XSLT file, all of them begin with the first line is common for all of them. Remember this: XML version equal to 1.0 encoding ISO 88591. So this is common for all these XML related files. This has to be mandatorily included, where you have to specify the version and encoding schema. Then we are converting it into HTML document, right? So it starts with the HTML, XSL version is written, and this is the URL where from where it's reading the rules of or specifications defined by w3.org site, and this is the namespace being used. Then we have a body tag. H1, it is just a catalog containing the list of the items. So you are displaying a catalog in a heading form, and you have a unordered list that you have specified through UL tag, and there may be and that's we are converting XML into HTML. So we are taking the same example which we have taken for the previous XML example. The first XML example itself is taken, which is convert for that only XSLT document is written, so that we can have a list of paintings here. So it is a XSL, so this is how it is used. We had 3 paintings there, if you remember this particular program, right? So painting ID equal to 290, painting ID equal to 192 and 139. So this is containing 3 different paintings or 3 different items of the painting. So for that we are writing the code. So XSL colon you are taken for each, that is for every occurrence of the painting you are taking. Select, you are selecting painting which is embedded inside the root element art. Okay, for each select art slash painting you are taking. Then li is used so that you have to list out the each element. So for each element you want to display using h2 tag. So XSL, here you want to display the value of that. So colon is taken, value of select equal to title, close the h2. Then you want to write it, it is written by so and so. You have started with the text element p here, by is written, so you want to display the artist by whom it is done. Title is written, by whom it is done, so that is stored inside artist, and in that you are particularly displaying the name, isn't it? So this will be common. XSL value of select, artist slash name is selected. You want to take the next part to the next line, so you have used the line break tag here. Then you want to display the year, right? So year colon is written by so and so in what year, so that information is available for us in the year element, so that is written here. Again this remains same, value of select equal to year. Then medium is optional, so optional is indicated here with the square bracket. So XSL value of select equal to medium, this may or may not exist. The remaining 3 are mandatory. Medium is optional. Then the paragraph element is closed, li is closed. This is repeated for each element of the painting. So in this example we have 3 times painting is used, that is there are 3 IDs of the painting, so it is repeated 3 times. So as it is a repetition, we require a for loop. So for each element of this painting it has to be repeated, so it is repeated thrice in this particular example. So 3 listing elements are chosen. Close the unordered list, body and HTML. So this is how we can write a XSLT document which converts XML into an HTML list, and that looks like a listed result. So this is how it appears. You can just observe catalog is displayed with the h1 tag, and this is the first painting name, author name and year name. Same is done for remaining 3 paintings also. So an XML parser is still perform this actual transformation. So you can write it like this also. It is equivalent to HTML, right? You can display this output directly by this HTML as well, right? The code written here using XSLT document is converted into HTML document like this and produces the output like this. Okay, this is done by XML parser. XML parser is converting it in this format. This is the result of XML parser, right? So you know about all these tags which you have learned in first module itself. Okay, so XPath is another XML technology that we use. Here it is a standardized syntax for searching an XML document, and it helps for navigating the elements within XML document. It can be used in PHP and other languages to manipulate a XML document through the built-in functions. For example, this is the way we can use XML equal to new simple XML element $string. You can create a new XML element in PHP. XPath uses a syntax that is similar to the one used in most of the OSs to access the directories. So this is how it is coming. So this is one painting ID 192, artist name is written, and painting year 1800. Particular data, it will search only this particular range, so it is helpful for searching. So this is the way you can do painting of 3. So it is